So we will be making a Pokeball. Gotta be the very best, like no one ever was. Where is the share my screen button? Here it is. All right, share. Okay, so can I move the chat somewhere? All right, I can't see the chat, so if you guys have any questions, I'll be pausing and I'll be doing my best to explain everything. So this is what we're going to be modeling, this Pokeball right here. And if you guys want me to slow down, explain anything, pause, or anything like that, please let me know. I will try to check the chat as often as I can, but I don't have the chat easily viewable. So just please guys, let me know. Feel free to interrupt whenever you like. All right. So let's go back into design. So does everyone have Fusion 360 open? I hope you guys do. All right. So it's shiny. All right. So let's make a new one. So I'm gonna make a blank space right here, new design. So everyone should be starting off with this blank canvas space here. All right, there. All right, so first things first is we're going to want to sketch. So since we have a few first timers here, so there's certain processes in 3D modeling. So the most basic one is a sketch, where you start drawing a two-dimensional sketch, I guess, and we'll be doing a function or a feature on that sketch to make it three-dimensional. And when we do our sketch, we always have to sketch on something or in a reference to something. So our first primary references are the 3 planes. So if you open this dropdown, by the way, disclaimer, I have a personal license, the personal free license. You guys probably have a student license, so it might be a little different. The menus might be in a few different spots. If you need me to slow down, please let me know. So right here we have the X, Y, and Z coordinates, and right here we have our 3 planes. These are our 3 primary reference planes, which we are going to be sketching on top of. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to select create a sketch, and this opens up the sketching ability, I guess. So we click that, and now it's asking us to select a plane to sketch on top of. I'm going to pick the bottom plane, or in this case, it's called the XZ plane. All right. So after that, we have our canvas essentially, and we can do our two-dimensional sketches. So here's like a line. You can draw lines however you like. I'm just doing an example for you guys. You know, if you want to do a square as well, you can do a square, circle. The spline tool allows you to do nice curves. It's like the line, but it lets you create curves however you like. It's mirror, you mirror it around, and then there's other options down here all the way throughout. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of all of this. So, oh, I accidentally went too far back. I went out of my sketch. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make the entire sphere. So I selected the circle option right here, and this is a center diameter circle, which essentially means that when you click on a point on the canvas, that's going to be the center point, and as your mouse moves in a direction, that's going to determine like the radius of the circle. So I'm going to press on the center right here, and as I move outward, it's stretching this out. I believe my dimension was 2.8 on mine. So we have our circle right here. Let me check chat. All right, it doesn't, Alt-H. Doesn't open up, that's weird. All right, but it doesn't seem like you guys are All right, it seems like you guys are fine. All right, so next is we're going to cut this circle in half. It's not going to make sense right now, but trust me, we need to cut the circle in half. So what we want to do is
you measure that how? With millimeters or with centimeters?
With inches. If
Okay.
you have, so my by the way, guys, I just pressed escape on my keyboard to get out of the circle tool real quick. So I have my Fusion 360 already set, like automatically set to meters, to imperial units, like inches. If you want to change that, you can go right here on the left hand. For me, it's on the left hand side. If it's different for you guys, please let me know. You should drop down on the document settings and it gives you the units right here. And then, by the way, that was another thing I want to touch up on. Thank you for reminding me, Maria, is the sketch dimension. This allows you to set a specific dimension to everything. So let's see. So I just clicked to the outer circle and it's asking me for the diameter, which I want at 2.8, and I'm going to leave it at 2.8. And it's an easy adjustment tool. So in this case, we don't really need it that much, but it's always helpful when you have like a little bit more complicated models, or you know, your models have a few more elements to it. Were you able to find it, Maria?
Yeah, I know how to find it. I just think I want to know how you do it, like with centimeters or inch. But I got it now. Thank you.
All right, perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a line. We're going to press the line button up here. For me, it's on the top right corner, top left corner, my bad. And then we're going to also click on construction. There should be a menu on the side here that's called sketch palette. And we're gonna, do we want, actually, no. My bad, that was my mistake. We don't want a construction, we want a solid line. So we're gonna
What does construction do?
Construction is makes reference lines. So I'm gonna press construction right now to give you an example. So if you want like a reference line for any reason, you can use it. It's basically a dashed line that's there. It's there to be used as a guide, but it has no significance in terms of the actual model itself.
Okay.
But it's just meant to be used as a reference.
Okay.
All right. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to click the trim because we only want half the circle. So what this trim does is, all right, by the way, just to make sure everyone's on the same page, I drew a line from one end of across the center of our circle. So from one point through the center to the opposite point. And right now I selected this scissor trim tool. And what that tool does is that it cuts down a line to its previous 2 points. So when I click on this, it's going to cut it to whatever 2 points it's touching next. So right there. So it cuts it to half the circle. All right. So I'm going to click Finish Sketch. And now I'm going to click on Revolve. So on the drop-down menu, there's a Revolve tool right here. I'm going to select Revolve. So, and what that's going to do is it's going to revolve my sketch. So one profile, so sometimes it automatically selects the profile. The profile is the sketch that you want the three-dimensional feature to act upon. So in this case, it's going to be our semicircle. And then our axis of revolution, we're going to use that center line as our axis. And then 360 degrees, one direction, and then new body. And we hit OK. And we should have a sphere. How's everyone? Is everyone
I
good?
know this step. Can you do it again, please?
Yeah, of course. What did you want me to do again?
The circle you just into it. I know I go create, but I done there.
All right. Sorry, I was having. Okay. Let me go back. Is it from here forward, or do you want me to go a little bit more back?
No. I do the half of the circle. I really have it.
Okay, good. So and then so we have our solid line and we hit finish sketch. So now what we do is we're out of our sketch and we want to look for revolve. So this is there for me. It's up here. I don't know if it's the same for you guys. I'm sorry if it's not.
Yeah, for me it is.
All right, so we click on revolve, and what revolve does is it basically it revolves whatever sketch you choose around a certain axis. So in this case, when I selected revolve, since there's only one sketch, it automatically selected the sketch for me under profile. So where it says one selected, that means it already selected the profile for me. And then now under axis, it wants to know what our axis of revolution is. So I'm going to pick this bottom line right here to revolve the half circle around. Right there. And then it already, so it's preset to 360 degrees. If I wanted like a half circle, I could do 180, I could do 90, or no, not 900, that's not a thing, 90, and so on and so forth. And then the direction is the direction of revolution. So if I do like 180, I always add an extra 0. And then I select 2 sides. It should make a whole circle, I think. No, it didn't. Okay. So since it's 180, but it's like revolving in both directions, both clockwise and counterclockwise. So it meets in the middle. So depending on how you want to revolve. In this case, I'm just going to do one side and 360 to help simplify things, keep things simple. And then in operation, this is chooses how you want this feature to act as. So you can select join, which in this case we can't use join. We'll be using it later on. So let's say you want to make another 3-dimensional feature and you want to join 2 3D models that you have on here. That's what it does. Cut, it cuts it. Intersect is also kind of self-explanatory. What a new body does is it creates 2 separate parts. So like join would make it one whole part, while new body makes it 2 different parts. Did that help explain everything, Maria?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's see. And then if you guys have any questions, anything at all, please let me know. All right, so now we have our sphere. Okay, let's see, what did I do next? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle halfway through a sphere, and I'm just gonna like cut a slice through the center of the sphere. And how I'm going to do that is I'm gonna create a new sketch. So we're gonna go sketch, and we want it in the center because we want it right at the middle, right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a circle, again, the same size, which was 2.8. So like, let's say, okay, so I drew my circle larger on purpose because I wanted to show this sketch dimension to them. So there we go. We have our sketch dimension, and it's asking me for the value, and I put 2.8 inches, and it puts it right to where I want it. So right now we have like the sketch and right in the center of the sphere. All right, and then I'm gonna hit finish sketch. And then one thing I want to show you guys is something that's very helpful is you're going to have all your bodies and all your sketches listed on your left-hand side right here. Body are your 3-dimensional elements. Sketches are your 2-dimensional elements. So if you ever need to like see what you're working on or see what like the history of your sketch is right here. And you also have the history of the steps on the bottom down here as well. So you can kind of rewind and move forward, which is very helpful. All right, so now Moving forward, I finished the sketch, and now I'm going to hit extrude. It looks like this. It's an extrude option. What extrude does is it essentially like propagates your sketch in one direction, in like one straight direction. So it stretches out your sketch in one direction. So I would hit extrude, and so it already automatically selected the profile for me, but if it didn't, I click on my sketch right in the middle, right there. And so like one example, which we're not going to do, but one example an extruder does is you can make a cylinder out of it. So like let's say anybody see, so it makes that kind of cylindrical shape, but that's not what we're going to do today. What we're going to do is we're going to use it as a cut feature. So what we're going to do is we selected our profile, and we're going to have it propagate in two directions because we want it symmetrical. So symmetric, two directions. And then the distance, let's see, what should the distance be? 0.2? I don't know. Maybe give me a second. Let me check so for example, I'm about to show you how to use the history in action. So I can look at everything I did down here, all my actions down here. And I see that my first extrude down here is right there, that extrude that we're doing right now. And I can hit edit feature and see what value I extruded it at. 0.05. Wow, that's small. Okay. So we're going to extrude it at 0.05. So we're going to here edit, and we're going to do a 0.05. All right, and then we're going to, for operation, we're going to do cuts. Cut, yeah, we're going to do cuts. I'm going to hit OK. So now we have this sphere. All right, there we go. Does anyone have any questions at all? Whoops.
I don't know why yours look different. See, I will show you mine.
Are you sending it over the group message, or how are you sharing it?
No, I'm gonna turn on my camera. I have my iPad with the Zoom and the computer. Okay.
How did you change the color for the surface?
We're going to be doing that last.
Okay.
So but in the meantime, was everyone else able to do it okay while Maria turns on the camera? Chats. Yeah, the chat's not opening. Oh well. Maria dipped. I'm sure she'll be back. Is she still here? Or did she disappear?
Yeah, I guess she'll be back.
Hey Ali, someone in the group chat, Victoria Guzman is, I think she's trying to get in.
Sure, let me check.
Let's wait just like 1 minute while let's give Maria a chance to come back. So it's 6:09. So just a quick pause because I don't want move too forward if she's coming back.
I'm sorry, I don't know why it's taking it out. I don't know if you can see it.
Welcome back.
It's like, I don't know if I took down.
Is it, could you zoom into it for me? Okay. All right, so you see the box on the top right corner? The cube on the top right corner, could you click one of those flat faces? So like, for example, I just clicked front.
This one?
I can't see the mouse. There's, I can't see the mouse on your screen too well. Here, let me stop sharing for just
Okay, I can send it to you by WhatsApp. Is better.
Here, could you share your camera one more time?
Give me 1 second.
All right, so there should be a cube on the top right corner. Could you click on one of the flat sides of that cube? Yeah, right there. So click on one of the side faces of the cube. Yeah. All right. Your sphere looks pretty solid. What's from what I can tell, what's so different? What's
Because
off?
yours is up and mine is double size. So I don't know if it's look different. Because mine is in like down and up.
No, mine went down and up as well.
Okay, I'm sorry because I think yours is just in up.
No, mine went in both directions as well. So here I can bring it up one more. That's not what I wanted to open. Share screen. All right. So here, let me go to edit. So if you see it closely, it's going in both directions as well. So you're all good, Maria. All right, and we hit OK. All right, so now, by the way, does anyone have any other questions? I'll take the silence as a no. Great. All right, sweet. By the way, if anyone does have any questions, feel free to interrupt whenever you guys like.
Yeah, there was a
Right.
question in the chat that says, what major are we? Isaac and I are biomedical engineering. So we just picked up Fusion 360 him because he's an expert on it. So he's
No,
involved.
I'm far away from an expert. There are people.
He's been involved in that since he came here to FIU.
There are people
And
making Iron Man suits, like entire Iron Man suits on Fusion 360, and I will hopefully one day be anywhere near as good as them. I just know the basics. No, Alejandro's too generous. And then I know Sergio, I don't know who asked, I know Sergio was a physics major, I think, but I don't know if he's still a physics major. Sorry if I'm outing you, Sergio. All right. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to be 3D modeling that center part of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to, again, we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to hit sketch, create sketch, and we're going to be sketching on this plane right here, this bottom XZ plane right here. The XZ plane right here. So now we're sketching on this plane, and we're going to do, let me check the diameter of my circle. Here. So my diameter was 2.6. So I guess that's what we'll do here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit circle again, select the center, and then we're going to do our sketch dimension, select our perimeter, hit 2.6, enter, and click finish sketch. And then there are keyboard shortcuts for Fusion 360. So if you just tap on E, it should select the extrude option automatically. And what we're going to do here is we're going to hit, it already selected the profile for me again, start. So start, we're going to be messing with this soon. So this start option to profile plane, what that means is that it's asking you where you want to start the extrude. So in this case, we're starting the extrude on the plane on which the sketch is drawn. That's not always the case, and you're actually going to see when we don't want this to be the case exactly. Direction, we've covered that. Extent is the distance. We're actually going to be messing with that right now. So extent is to up to what point do you want to extrude. Lately we've been doing distance. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit, so profile plane and direction, we want two sides. Symmetric. Symmetric doesn't allow for this. All right, so for the sake of teaching, I'm going to do two sides. Normally it'd just be easy to just do symmetric and like extrude it outwards. Since we know the thickness of what we cut, we can easily put that as the distance. However, in this case, I want to show you guys the different features. So here we're going to hit distance. So on slide 1, under extent, we're going to change distance to object. And it's going to ask us to select what object do you want us to extend to. So in this case, you got to see which direction slide 1 is going towards. So here I see that the down arrow is like shaded in. It's like that blue color. So that's the direction slide 1 is going. And I want it to go up to this face right here. So I'm going to select this face. So this is the top face of the bottom half circle. All right. Chain faces, what this means is, so this doesn't really apply to this situation right now, because what it's saying is if you're extruding something, if you're making a uniform extrude, I'm using my hands, but you can't see it. So if you're using a uniform extrude and you're extruding it outward to like a curved surface, a certain point on that curved surface is going to touch that uniform extrude first, as you can see in this picture right here. So the first option allows you to extend the uniform extrude up until the point where it touches, exactly where the point it touches. I don't think that's used too often, because usually you don't want like an empty space in between the rest of the curved surface where it's not touching. And so that's what this second option does, this chain face right here. So I'll show you guys a better example of this once we finish this operation. And the chain face, what it does is it continuously extrudes ununiformly to cover the entire like surface. So I'll be showing you guys in a moment. So I always like to choose chain face, but in this case it doesn't matter because both of the faces are flat. Offset, we don't want any offset, and then that's good there. And then side 2, we do the same thing. We hit extent to object, and this is, I'm going to zoom out. So now side 2 is the up arrow, and to object, we're going to select the upper face right here, right there. And then same stuff. And then instead of join, no, yeah, we want join. So join makes it all one body. So one whole model. We're gonna hit OK, and voila, it created the alley run for the Death Star right there. So I covered a good bit of information. Is anyone lost or confused in any way? No? Y'all are good? All right, I'm assuming you guys are good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. So this next part, don't copy me on this next part. This next part is I just want to show you guys what I meant by those faces, the whole faces thing. So don't copy this next part. All right, here we go. All right, so I'll just talk about what I'm doing right now. So what I want to do is I want to extrude a cylinder into the side of the sphere. So that way I can show you guys what it means, but I need a sketch plane. I need a plane surface to sketch on that's outside of the sphere, but I don't have one because the sphere is perfectly in the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offset one of the existing planes to make a new plane to sketch on. So plane, right now it's asking me to select a plane. I selected this one, and then I set it off for distance. So I'm just going to do it this far. I'm going to hit OK. And now I have a new plane that's offset from our body. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch on that plane a sphere that I'm just going to extrude. All right. And then I'm just going to there. Finish, and then now we have the sphere. So I'm going to extrude the sphere forward, and I'll show you guys the two different things. So I'm going to start direction one side, yes, extent to object. So I'm going to select this object right here. Oh, because it says a cut operation, I think. It's because I did the whole body. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's because I did the whole body and not just a face. So let's get rid of this real quick and just select that dome portion. Okay. So right now I have the chain faces, and as you can see right here, this channel is still there's like still a hole here, as you guys can see. Like there's still a little channel right there. So if I wanted to like do it until like it continuously hits the object, like whatever is in its way, so that way it just matches completely, it like infills everything completely, I'll select chain faces, and that's just going to extrude until like it essentially extrudes until all the surfaces of the sketch hits something, essentially. So I hope that explained what I was talking about earlier. All right, so now what we're going to do, now that we have that done, we're going to get rid of all of this. Okay, so the next step is to do, what is our next step? Okay, so our next step is to draw the circular indent on the front of the Pokeball. So I want you guys to make your own sketch planes. So I kind of explained it a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to, my Pokeball is upside down. All right. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to hit construct, under construct. I want you guys to do offset plane. Interesting. There's a tangent crease, cylindrical or conical. So it won't work with a sphere, but we do have a cylinder. Interesting. All right, let's try something slightly experimental. Do you guys have this tangent plane option here?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
select. All right, so select the tangent plane and select the cylinder that we have at the center. Oh, that's very cool. All right, so now we have, interesting. All right, cancel that operation. That was an interesting experiment. We could probably use it later on. All right, so cancel that operation. So I want you guys to do construct an offset plane. And once you do offset plane, I want you guys to select one of these side facing planes. The only plane that won't work is the bottom, but any of the other two planes would work. So select this plane and then just extend it outward until it's not touching the sphere, and then hit OK. The distance in this case is not essential. It's not going to be essential. So I'm going to hit cancel because I already have one made. See, there's 1, 2. I don't need 2, I just need 1. But you guys would hit OK. So I'm just going to hit cancel. All right, so now we have our sketch plane right here. So we're going to hit sketch, create sketch. And we're going to sketch on our, we're going to select, we're going to do sketch, and then we're going to select the plane that we just made right here. All right, so now we're going to do that center indent of the Pokeball. So we're going to select this circle, and we're going to start with our with a point in the center, and we're going to move outwards. Here, I think this is a decent size. Yeah, I'm gonna put 0.6 as 0.6 as the diameter. Yeah, I think 0. You know what? No, I want to change. If you ever want to change a value, you just double click. I'm gonna put 0.65. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I'm putting 0.65, but feel free to put whatever you guys want. And we're gonna hit finish sketch. And now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude a hole up to this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit extrude, tap on my E, and it's going to be profile. Yeah, that should be fine. Profile plane, direction one side, 2 objects. I want it to the face of this center point right here. We want it a cut. Yeah, okay. So for cuts, you want to keep extend face. And then, yeah, that's everything. Make sure its operation is the cut. This is an extended face to object, and you selected that center belt right there, the face of the center belt, and you hit OK. All right, and then boom, we have our Pokeball so far. All right. So next we're gonna add that button right in the middle right there, and then we're done with the Pokeball. All right, so So what we're going to do, by the way, is everyone caught up? Is everyone all good? Any questions? Is there anything in the chats? If anyone, I can't open the chat for some reason. If someone wants to let me know.
Why? So my offset plane that we did just disappeared after I did the extrude thing.
Yeah, so Fusion 360 has a weird thing where, so it didn't like disappear, it's just invisible. So Fusion 360 has this weird thing where once you use a plane, it turns invisible, but the plane is still very much there. In fact, if the plane would disappear, the operation could literally not exist because it's based off of that plane. So if you go, so for me, it's on the left-hand side. So this menu, you hit construction, you hit the drop-down menu, and you select plane 1. There's like a little dimmed eyeball right here. You click on that eyeball and your plane will reappear. And you can do that with everything on here. You can make all your sketches reappear too. So these are all the sketches we've done. You can even make the body disappear and reappear.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem. Does anyone else have any other questions? I'll take your silence as a no. All right, moving forward. What do we do next? Yes, the button. We are going to make another sketch, a lot of sketches. So we're going to make another sketch, and we want the plane that is like parallel to this circle right here. So we're going to pick this. So for me, it's the XY plane. And we're going to draw another circle right here for the button. So as you guys probably know, since we didn't offset the plane or anything, the circle is actually in the center. If you guys remember when I said we're going to use the, what was it? Profile plane button later on, we're going to use it right now actually. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit finish extrude.
What is the mention for the last circle?
Excuse me?
What is the mention for the last circle?
Oh, sorry. I just eyeballed it, whatever looked right, but I can check right now. All right, let's edit sketch.
I did 4.5, and it looks kind of like that.
Sketch dimension, let's see. I did 4.67. 4.6655. But it's honestly whatever you feel more comfortable with.
Thank you.
No problem. So, and then, all right. So now we hit finish sketch, and we're going to, what are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to extrude. We're going to hit E for extrude, or I hit E for extrude. And so the profile is already selected. And then see here where it says profile plane, we're actually going to change it. We're going to change it to from object. So we're going to select this surface right here. And it's essentially saying that that surface, that face, is going to be the starting face for our extrude. So we're going to click that. And then we want the offset to be 0. So offset is basically, it's the offset from that plane, from the starting point. So in this case, we want the offset from the starting point to be 0 because we want it to start on that starting point. But there are some times where you don't want it exactly on that point, and that's when you would use it. We do want it in one direction. Rip one direction. And then distance, we are going to be doing a certain distance. I think my distance was 0.03. What was the difference between these two? 0.2, right? 0.2. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to hit this as a reference. Join. so that's 0.1. So I guess half of 0.1, so maybe 0.5, 0.05. 0.05. So I'm just like playing with the thicknesses. I think 0.05. 0.05 fits. 0.05 is good. Yeah, 0.05. So the distance is going to be 0.05. We're going to hit OK. And voila. But we aren't done yet. There's like another mini button that's like part of this. So we're going to do what we did originally, we're going to do again, but with a slightly smaller circle. So is everyone caught up, by the way? Is there another mini button? There's one there, but that's a let me Google the Pokeball really quick. While I Google this, how are you guys doing? How's the semester treating you? That bad?
I mean, so far it's pretty good. You know, the regular hustle, do classes here, do this assignment, meet up with team members, but yeah, it's manageable.
This is your last semester, right?
Second to last. And afterwards, I'll be staying for a while for the masters. Who knows? We'll see.
Sweet. You're in the ANS lab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. I miss the ANS lab. I wish I did more.
You were really involved. You were really involved with the honors Edgelab, so that's all right.
Yeah, I know. So there was no way I could have split myself up even more. Once they invent cloning, I'll be in front of the line. All right, so there is another button. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. Sketch the same plane right here. We're going to do another circle, but slightly smaller. The center point is at the origin. Extrude it out a little bit right there. The measure for this one is going to be 3.5, 0.35. Yeah. Finish. And then same thing, extrude. Start profile plane from object. And this, so now the object is going to be the front of this button part. And then distance, I'll do 0.05, no, I want it smaller thickness. So 0.025, 0.025. That's too small, 0.03. Yeah, that looks good. 0.03, and it's joined, so that way it's one big part, and boom, it's voila. All right, and done. And then we've got our button, and then we've got one more / two more 3D modeling things to do, and then we're officially done with the 3D modeling. Does anyone have any questions thus far? Have you guys been keeping up okay?
We should hold a competition, see who can speed run the build fastest.
Can I compete on that? Is there a prize?
Yeah. We'll 3D print the Pokeball and send it your way.
All right, sweet. It's like if you can beat me, you get a 3D printer funded by EMBS.
It's like, are you smarter than a 5th grader, but can you build faster than an engineer?
Fake engineer. Yeah. All right. No, but yeah. All right. So I'm guessing you guys are good. Again, please interrupt me if there's.
I have a question.
All right. What's up?
Can I change the diameter of my circle once I've extruded it?
Yes, of course. What you're going to want to do is, so like, let's say I want to change the diameter of my circle. So right here, you're going to use this history. All right. Actually, there's two ways to get around this. So you have your two history trees right here, this vertical one and this horizontal one. So I like this horizontal one a little bit more because it's a little bit easier to see the steps, but you can also change it here. So for example, if I want to change my last circle, it's going to be the last sketch. So sketch number 6, I would right click on it and I would click edit sketch. And then I would double click on the circle. I would double click on this value, and I would change the diameter. And
I
then,
can't see the value. Like it won't appear for me when I double click the circle.
did you apply the, all right, hold up, let me meet you there one more time. Let's put that on the side. Also, real quick, you can also do it from down here, same thing, click edit sketch, and you're back into the sketch. If you click, right, all right, if you right click on the circle, let's see what you can do.
Sketch dimension?
Yeah, you want to do a sketch dimension on the circle. So I already have my sketch dimension. Oh, it's 0.35.
I got it.
Yeah.
And now I just double click and change the number.
Exactly. Exactamundo.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah, got it.
All right, so our last thing that we're going to do to the 3D model is we're going to fillet all these corners, and it's going to make it look a lot nicer. A fillet basically adds a curved edge to any 90-degree edge. So what we're going to do is I clicked fillet right here, fillet, fish o fillet, number 7 on the McDonald's menu. We're going to, or is it filet o fish? I think it's filet o fish. So what we're going to do is we're going to click like this edge right here and this edge right here, because we're just gonna, I want them both to be filleted, whatever, you guys understand what I mean, by the same amounts. So I selected both of the edges here and here, and I'm going to select 0.02. Let's see how that, yeah, 0.02. 0.02 does a great job. I'm going to hit OK. And then just a heads up, don't do this unless you want to. Give me a second. Let me guess. You can also do like inside. I think the inside ones should stay 90 degrees because it looks nice like that. But you can also do like the inside edges as well. So you can do like these two as well. And then you could do like 0.01 and fillet it like that. So now it has like that double filleted look, but that's a personal preference. I like it more like this. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing to these outer edges. So we're going to hit fillet, and then we're going to select this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. So there should be 4, the circle and these 2 here. And if I'm going too fast, please let me know. And let's try 0.05. Too much. 0.05 is too much, at least for me. To each their own. Let's try 0.03 maybe. Yeah, 0.03 is nice. I'm gonna hit OK. And then you're done. There you have it. You have your very own Pokeball. You can catch them all. Hold up, I have a song for this to celebrate. My phone's taking too long to buffer. But yeah, does anyone have any questions?
Color change?
Color change, okay. All right, so you guys, so I'm guessing, since you keep bringing it up, so the color change, can you do it here? I think you can do like basic color change on here. So you right click, you hit appearance. Let's do the face because we only need the face. The body, I think we'll do it to the whole thing. And then, what is it? Is the top red usually? I think that, yeah, the top is red and the bottom is white. I had it mixed up on my original model. So I'm gonna go, I want it shiny red, so I'm gonna go into aluminum and hit red. So I'm sorry guys. All right, so there's metal folder, you open the metal folder. There's an aluminum folder, you open the aluminum folder, and then I'm gonna hit aluminum anodized glossy. I'll put that right there. And I'm going to select all the top parts. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to select this part. You're going to have to select this fillet, this fillet. Is it selecting? All right, there we go. There you go. Select this fillet. Right here. I'm going to drop down that red right there. And then we're going to select this and this. I'm going to drop down the red right there too. And then you've got your red right there. So chic. And then this part is black and then the rest is white. So let's see. So I'm going to do for white, I think I did plastic. All right, let's do the black. So for black, I did a chrome. So chrome is under the metal. So there's a chrome folder. Go away messages. All right, so you click and drag your color up to the top of where appearance is. So you click, press and hold and drag it to the top up here. And then you select, no, that's not black, this is black. And then you select the face on which you want the, you selected the face on which you want the color, you want to apply the color. And then you click and drag the color onto that face. And then you have that. Voila. And why is Discord gone? All right, and then let's see, let's do some plastic. I think I did for white. Actually, we don't want translucent. We don't want transparent. Don't really want textured. There's not really any like shiny white, but we can do aluminum nitride. Let's see how that goes. We'll drag it up to the top. We add it up here. Aluminum nitride. We add it to the top up here. Select the bottom. We select this piece right there. All right. Sometimes when some faces aren't being selected, it's easier to just right there. And then select this face and this face. And then just drag and drop. No, cancel. Wait, something's wrong. Sometimes it gets hard because you want to. Is there faces here? No, there is no faces. Sometimes it gets a little hard trying to select the right face when there's sometimes these tiny corners. You gotta zoom in right there. And just drop that right there. And then, yeah, zooming in definitely helps a lot. And then right there. And then, yeah, and then the rest, I think this button is also white. It's supposed to be white, so let's do that. Right there. All right, there we go. And now we've got our Pokeball. Voila. And then if you want to do a little bit more editing in terms of like the lighting and all of that stuff, you can go into rendering. So this was like a really basic rendering that I basically did the same thing I did here. It's literally the same steps. If you go into render, And then, yeah, so it looks a lot better under the render. So you already have like all your colors and materials under there. You can set up the environment how you want, scene settings, adjust the brightness. So background, we can add an environment to the background. Reflections. My laptop is running out of battery. There we go. I plugged it in. No problem there. All right. So, and then environment, it lets you change the light source, and then you can download backgrounds and stuff as well. So, and then it's grid light, so on and so forth. And then you just hit, just get it in the position you want it, and then you hit render. You hit render. Oh, I need to save. You need to save your design. You gotta kind of save. Pokeball. Save. And then render. This design is being saved. All right. And then that's how you get like that really nice picture of your 3D model. Were you guys able to follow along with that?
I have everything except the white in the circle.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Here, I can go back.
I mean, no, you don't need. I saw all what you do, but I don't know why. When I select the circle, it select all the ball.
You have to. Here, I have a quick question for you. Does it say bodies or faces?
I put faces, as you say.
Okay. Are you zoomed into it? Like, are you sure? Because like you saw, like right now, it wants to select the whole thing. You gotta like really zoom in there and make sure it's only selecting. Like even now, you gotta, in order to get like the specific parts, you really gotta zoom in there and make sure it's only selecting those individual parts.
I will try again.
All right. If that doesn't work, let me know. Hit render. Yeah, just render. And then the rendering takes like a minute, a solid minute. This isn't anything too complex. If you do some more of the complex stuff, it can get longer and longer, but this shouldn't take too long. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Oh, it's done. Okay, that was fast. I was distracted. And then voila, you have your picture perfect memory of the wonderful time we spent together. I'm sure this will go in your memory books. You'll put framed pictures of this on your walls. You know, your kids will run by and be like, "Hey, mom, dad, what's that?" Like, I got to spend time with Isaac. It was a lot of fun, and we made this Pokeball. I'm so sorry about my Discord. The people being. I need to mute that. I don't know if you can hear the notification. Let me see how I can. Just different subgroups. View for an hour. There we go. That should help. Okay. Were you guys able to? Oh my god. All right. Don't. Oh well. It is what it is. Were you guys able to follow like How are your models coming? Is it good or download as a PNG?
Yeah, I did everything. Thank you.
All right, nice. By the way, guys, I think we should just flood the group chat with these pictures, just to mess with everyone else who didn't get to join in, just be like, make them jealous. Show off what you guys did. What do you think, Sergio?
I like it. I think we should do it. But before that, I don't know how to save the image. I rendered it, but I don't know how to save it.
You click this download button right here.
I don't have that window. Like I rendered, it says like iteration number. It stopped. And now I don't know how to save.
Is there like a small picture down here on the bottom corner of your render?
No.
Could you text me a picture of your screen?
Where I found it.
Okay.
Right.
And Lena, how are you doing? All good? Or chat? Oh, chat. Yes, good. All right, awesome. It's great to hear. Stop, Discord, stop, please. I'm trying to teach. I don't even know which channel it is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure which channel it is. I tried muting a few of them, but it wasn't the right ones. I am so sorry for the Discord. He's just always wants attention.
Time to play your theme song.
You can. Yeah. Let's see if it loaded. Maybe I'll scare the Discord away. There we go. Oh no. All right, guys. If you guys don't have any questions, that's it for this one.
Another question: how I can save like a picture?
All right. So did you render it?
I'm here. I will show you.
Okay. Let's do this. Let me make this screen bigger. All right. You want to hit that lamp. A genie is going to come out of there and help you out. Hit that render lamp on the top right.
Yeah.
All right. Click it. Click on that. You need to save. So hit OK and then do Control S real quick. And give it a name. And why do you keep beeping? It's Maria's.
Okay.
It's Maria's stop Discord. All right. All right. So give it a second. It's still saving. So give it like literally just 10 seconds. Let it completely save, and then try the render one more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Okay. There we go. So you're going to want to. So I use the standard quality because I have no money or no credits. I think the standard quality will be fine in this case. I don't want you to waste the one credit you have, or if you have any credits. And then hit render on the bottom there. And then render takes less than a minute. And then so you see where that timer is on the bottom left of your screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so once that render is complete, that timer is going to turn into a picture. And then you just click on the picture, and there's going to be a download button on the top.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. I wanted to ask you guys, I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys have, how was the workshop? Is there anything that I can do to make it better, that can help you guys understand better? Do you guys have any critiques? I would very much appreciate it.
For me, was everything good.
Thank you.
Well, if everyone liked it, once this video comes up on YouTube, be sure to give that a thumbs up and like.
All right, guys, welcome back to my vlog. This is my 3D modeling vlog. I want you guys to smash that like button, hit that follow button, and share it with all your friends. Well, let's get this. If we get this to 10 million likes, we'll model whatever you want. So just smash that like button.
We'll do a Master Ball special.
Master, welcome to 3D modeling Fusion 360 Masterclass. Oh man, it's funny.
All right, fellas, any more questions? The expert is right here, so get them while it's hot.
Please don't call me an. I'm not an expert. Not yet. I only know the basics.
Next workshop is in 14 days, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And I also like your new background, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. R2 is guiding me safely through the asteroid belt. Yeah, I was thinking of potentially returning to the coin holder and trying to do the cylindrical one. I can put in some more practice into that since I can put in some practice into that and see how that comes out.
Yeah, about that, I was able to post the models that we made to the chat. Were you guys able to open it or play with it? Well, either way, when we have this new model, you'll be able to 3D print it and use that for your coins.
Actually, speaking of, oh, sorry, Sergio, what were you saying?
I was just gonna ask, once you have the 3D model, how do you convert this to a
STL? So you want to convert it to an STL. Here, let me go back.
Can you do that through Fusion?
Yes, you can. By the way, this model is not easily 3D printable. It is, of course, 3D printable, but it's not efficiently 3D printable. Here.
You would need to have stance.
I can show you guys how to do it in a few simple steps. Like actually 3 simple steps. Let me share. Where's the share my screen button? All right, there we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, there we go. So let's go back to design. So the problem with this model is that it's completely curved around all around. So there's no good place for the model to start off of on the bed because it's a flat bed surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half. Okay, we're gonna make it fully 3D printable, which is there's gonna be like one extra step. Yeah, one extra step. So what we're gonna do is we're going to do sketch. We're gonna do sketch, and then we're gonna pick this flat bottom side, which is right in the center. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sketch a few holes into it. So these are going to be like guiding holes. So that way, when you glue the 2 pieces together, you can completely glue them perfectly straight. This step isn't like completely necessary, but I prefer it personally. And since I'm teaching this workshop, I get to decide what I post in here, I guess. But this isn't 100% necessary, but I would prefer it because it helps guide the gluing the 2 parts together. So what we're going to do is you could do whatever shape hole you want. So if you do a circular hole, you'd need 2 or more because a circular hole can like rotate. If you do a square hole, all you would need is one, because it's like only one way that it can fit in there. So I'm going to do a square hole for simplicity's sake. So I'm going to get rid of that. So we're going to do a square. And then you don't want it too big. Do you want it? No, you don't want it too big. Just a square hole right there. 4 inches by 4 inches is what it's going to be. Smart dimension here, 0.4 inches. And then smart dimension right here, 0.4 inches. All right. And then we're going to hit extrude. Wait, first we're going to hit finish sketch. Go. We're going to hit finish sketch. We're going to hit finish sketch. There we go. We're going to hit finish sketch. And we're going to hit extrude. And we're going to do extrude cut. So we want to start in the center, so the profile plane. We want to do both directions symmetrically. And then we're going to do 1/2 inch. I think 1/2 inch should be fine. Yeah, 1/2 inch is fine. So we're going to do 1/2 inch. You can do less, you can do more. I'm just going to do 1/2 inch for this example, and we're going to do cuts. And we're going to hit OK. All right. So now we have like this cut, this hole in the middle. So next what we're going to do is we're going to, now here are like there's 2 more steps. So that we're going to cut the whole thing in half. And we're going to hit, no. Wait, give me a second. Let me think. Okay. So we're going to cut the whole thing in half. So that way when it 3D prints, it can start 3D printing on that bottom flat side of the circle. So what we're going to do, oh shoot, I made a small mistake on the 3D printing side of things. Would you guys prefer me fix the mistake or continue forward? And I'll explain the correction, like how the correction applies later on. What would you guys want me to do?
Is it long?
No, not really.
Like if it's a quick thing, just do it, I guess.
Okay. So here's the fix. So we would have to go back these 2 steps. So I'm just gonna delete them. So I picked the wrong plane for the sketch. The plane that I should have picked for the sketch is this plane right here, this flat plane right here. This is the perfect plane for the sketch. It's the YZ plane for me. And then it's the exact same steps.
Why is this plane better?
I will explain it later on. Once we make the cut, I'll explain why it's better. So you just make the cube. It's so that way you can 3D print with no supports, because support structures are like super annoying and they're I'll explain in a minute. It will be better visualized at the end. So it will be the same thing we do here. We do this 0.4 and then hit enter. And then on this side, we do 0.4, 0.4, hit enter. And then we hit finish sketch. And then we do extrude. We want it profile plane, symmetric, distance. What did I say? I'm gonna do, I forgot it was symmetrical. So it was actually 1 inch thick because it was like 0.5 in both directions. So I'm just gonna do 0.25. Cut, and it's cut. I'm gonna hit OK. So basically we just repeated what we did before, but on a different plane. Am I good to move forward, or are you guys still working on that? Because I went through that kind of fast.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good? Maria, Sergio, Lena, y'all good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, all right. So next we're gonna slice it in half. The way we're gonna slice it in half, we're gonna slice it in half like up and down right here. We're gonna become Pokeball ninjas. And it should be under create. Let me move this to this. Actually, it should be under modify. So we're gonna do split body. Right here, we're gonna select the split body. First, it's gonna ask us what we want to split. So we're gonna select our Pokeball right here. And then we're gonna splitting tool is it's asking us how do we want to determine the split, where we want to determine the split. So here I'm going to select this plane right here. I'm going to select the YZ plane. So it's the plane that, yeah, so it's the plane that's like parallel to this cut right here. So that's this plane right here. So that's how we're gonna cut it. All right, and I'm gonna hit OK. So now our Pokeball is two halves. So now what we're going to do to save it, we're going to hit, all right, so now we have two bodies, body 1 and body 4. So we're gonna make one body invisible. By the way, check it out, look, there's our cut. We're gonna make one body invisible, and we're going to go up here. We're gonna hit File, Export, and we're gonna hit, so there's two optimal files for 3D printing. There's an OBJ file, which is very nice, and then there's an STL file, which is also pretty good. Earlier I said STL, OBJ works as well. So for now, I'm just gonna hit OBJ and export. And then it should have saved to my desktop. Oh, yeah, see, now, see, OBJ completed. So close, close. So now we're gonna do the other one. We're gonna make this one invisible, make the other one visible, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do File, Export, Pokeball, left, I guess, as a OBJ. We want to set it as an OBJ, and we hit export. And then there's, okay, yeah, see, now these are the two that are loading. All right, I'm going to close this for now while it loads. And then the reason why I said we want to cut it like this is because when we cut it like this, that means it'll 3D print. It'll 3D print like, give me a second. It will 3D print like this. And trying to rotate it, it's not being. Here we go.
This is gonna be in YouTube.
Excuse me?
This is gonna be in YouTube, the video, because I need to leave now.
Yeah, this should be in the video.
Okay, so
On YouTube. Yeah, it'll be on YouTube.
So I'm gonna watch it when it's done. Thank you. Bye.
Oh man, everyone left. I feel bad. Whoops. Oh well. We're almost done. So now it's going to be 3D printed like this. And what this does, it minimizes the amount of supports that you do. So the whole thing will not necessarily need supports because it's coming straight out of there. You don't need any support structures for it. If we were to cut it the other way, like up and down, it would need to build support structures up to it. So this model is so small, it doesn't really matter, but it's always good to keep in mind. And then one last thing we need, you'd need a new file, go into design, go into sketch. The plane doesn't necessarily matter. Make a sketch square and make this square slightly smaller than your hole. Smart dimension. So I'm going to put this 0.0 0.38 on both sides. 0.38, 0.38. And then I'm going to extrude it. Finish sketch, extrude. I'm going to extrude it 0.49 inches. 0.48 inches. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then you'll also need to extrude this, and this will be the peg that goes into the hole that guides the two models together. And that's it. That's how you make your 3D printable. Now your Pokeball is 3D printable. And that is the end of the workshop. Since everyone dipped except for Sergio and Ale. Sergio, Ale, do you guys have any questions?
Yeah. So we'll see what I'll try to work on this because I actually like it, and I'll see if we can make one that has a hinge potentially. So keep an eye out for that one, guys.
All right. I have an idea for the hinge. I can work on it maybe tomorrow, and then I'll show you what I was thinking of.
Awesome.
All right. Sergio, do you have a question?
Yeah, I saw that you can animate stuff with Fusion, like the different parts and stuff.
All right.
Is that hard?
That sounds like a whole new workshop, but you're right.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean for next workshop.
It's not necessarily hard. It's a process.
Like, can we do a lightsaber perhaps and have it animated so it goes like up and down? Just to see how that
Sergio,
works.
you are the man, Bo. You're way ahead. So once we get there, you'll know.
So I don't think you would do that on Fusion 360, but I'd have to look into it. So maybe you could like model. Let me look into it and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I don't think you can like model a lightsaber like turning on and off, but it's more for like modeling moving parts.
Oh no, yeah, I meant like opening the lightsaber and like the one you 3D printed last year.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can model. You can animate that one.
I don't know. I just thought about it.
Yeah.
I had to ask.
You can potentially animate that one. I was thinking like an actual lightsaber with light coming out. Like
Yeah,
light.
no, that's a whole different story.
That's like you want to model that on Blender. That would be optimal.
Okay.
All right, guys. So this meeting has gone on too long because we've lost 2 people. Lena and Maria, if you watch this video, I'm sorry it took so long. Have a great day, guys.
Take care, everyone. Stay safe.
Sergio, it's always a pleasure.
Same. Thanks for the workshop.
My pleasure, dude.
See you on the next one, guys.
Bye.